a songwriter first. I'm an entrepreneur first, I guess. I was a hustler. Yeah, songwriting, producing. Started my own label at I was 19 in '84. Rolex Records. Produced some records with Dre back in the day, even on that. Original member of the whole NWA posse, Ruthless Records, that whole concept played a pivotal role in structure and execution and presentation. Just got anywhere I fit in with that. And from there, just went into just producing, putting out groups, and Pac and Cube, and therefore, and just, these days, trying to become more of a mentor to those who've been through what, were trying to go through what I've been through. Offer that, whatever I can with that. And, just a good father, and sum it all up, you know what I mean? I've been through a lot. It's hard to say, just, you know what I mean, in a sentence. I had Rolex Records. I put out a couple little things I shouldn't have put out. And I wrote Michelle A's on that first album. Quite a bit of that, a whole lot of those songs. No More Lies, and Something in My Heart, and Close to Me, If, all those songs on that record. I put Above the Law in the game. Living Like Hustlers, that album, debut album with Murder Rap and Untouchable and all those gold singles, and put Cocaine in the game. At the same time, participating in structuring NWA concept and putting that out, giving my 2 cents, when and where, because I'm not a rapper. In being in the room, participating, Dre played a heavy role, Q played a heavy role, Marin, and Yella, DLC, was a writer and would write quite a bit. I would pick up the pieces where I would see, like, somebody gets stuck here, I could offer, a line or two here, a verse there, help with a beat, because I was just there. It wasn't a structure like today. This is what we're going to do, class, and everybody has an assignment. Because on some days, Q would come in with a sample, with the I Ain't the One sample. Q come in with a beat, knowing exactly what he want to do. Q just don't know how to work the drum machine. Dre know how to work the drum machine. So when Dre capturing what Q want to do, Q was producing. Dre's reaping the credit for producing, but Q already know what he want to do in his head. But we didn't have structure like that. That's why Cube don't appear as a producer on NWA. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, like in the beginning when everybody just was there, nobody knew this record was finna do anything. So if you there and they were working on a record, because I can remember one time, Doc was, Dre and Doc had an apartment in Paramount or somewhere, and it was empty. They didn't have shit in there but a couple beds. And I was over there, Michelle A was over there, and literally, DLC and Doc was in one part of the living room, the little ass living room, one part of the living room over there doing the formula. And me and Michelle A was in this part of the living room doing Something in My Heart. 2 big ass hits in the same day in the same room at the same fucking time. That kind of shit happened. And I'm hearing the formula. I'm the type of person, and Dre knew this. I would always have something to offer. Like Dre, like say I come over and we doing something, and we finish whatever we doing. Finish whatever session. We making a beat for me or whoever, whatever. Me and Dre, we doing something, and he would say, "Yo, Law, I got Bobby Jimmy coming over. Hang around for a minute. And I would hang. Next thing you know, I'm writing a song for Bobby Jimmy. We tour with a lot of people. But we're speaking on Public Enemy and Flavor. You're talking about Flavor. If I remember the tour, I don't want to mix tours. I think LL Cool J was on that one.
Oh, that was like the second biggest tour, right?
Was you know the history? Was that the one we were on?
I think so. It was LL Cool J, right? That's what they were saying.
We toured with Public Enemy. I remember one night, because it takes like when you back then, everything was so new that when you join a tour or when you meet a group, it's not no overnight like everybody kicking it and shit like that. It's like a tribe thing. Motherfuckers are standoff. I remember this real clearly with Tony. They were so fucking scared of us, like, you know. But as we got into the tour, they ended up being the coolest people. But it's because of that record, how you perceive us. So everybody had like Hammer wouldn't let his people talk to us, and shit like that. We got so many dancers fired and shit like that, but once the walls fell down and Public Enemy was cool, I don't know how and what circumstances led to me being in a fucking limo with me, Flavor, and somebody, and Flavor on the phone. This is my one-on-one first time, like, just being with him. He want to hang out, because whatever, we've let's go hang out. We in New Orleans, let's go hang out. We get in the car, Flavor's on one. So, so I'm not knowing this about the man, you know what I'm saying? So he on one. He's just bouncing all over the back of the limo and stuff. And then find a little whatever he's looking for, and settle down, and then he gets some phone calls from 3 different phone calls from 3 different baby mamas, and all. I'm like, you know what I mean? This is Flavor Flav, you know what I mean? That was my first experience with Flavor. After he settled all that whole, he just went into just chill mode. I can see why people loved him. Once we stepped out that car, how people, you know what I'm saying? That side of it, being behind the shield, like, watching people become famous. Like, I remember motherfucking Tupac. Me and Pac go back because we're in WA, we're touring a whole lot and shit. Jerry Heller's the whatever, and our road manager is Adrian Gregory. Adrian Gregory set up his own label. Adrian is from the Bay. Adrian used to play different artists on the tour, on the bus. He played Digital Underground one time. Fucking loved him. And so he gravitated towards digital. We put digital out. And once digital started, formulating, doing whatever, I would come around to their shows and whatnot. Me and Money B got super tight. Money introduced me to Pac. Me and Pac got even tighter because me and Pac just was having. Money is a drinker. Money like to have a drink. Pac is smoke. I'm a smoker. You know what I mean? So me and Pac just really just, smokers gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? So me and Pac used to chill like a motherfucker. He would come to my house and not leave for weeks at a time. One of these times he come out to my house and he get the call for juice. And I take him to the airport. Motherfucker go do juice, come back, break himself. We had about $15,000. He break himself that weekend. We chill. Yeah, he go back on the couch as usual. He just shot a movie, came home with money, spent it, bought a ring and tattoos and, you know what I mean? All of a sudden people know him for that little ring and shit and a chain. He chill. Till my wife can't take it no more, he go home. He come back. When the movie come out, I make him come back because they're not giving him no premiere. So I make him come back. We give our own self one. We go to Roman Chinese Theater. We go in that motherfucker. You don't want to go to a movie with Tupac. He talk too much and shit. Especially if he in the fucking movie. He dissecting this. This is like behind the reel, before that shit was ever made. You cannot even watch the fucking movie because that shit wasn't on the script. I came up with that shit. He's a punk. This motherfucker was scared of me for real. So all that bitch right there, all that bitch. Probably just breaking down the whole fucking movie, just not letting you watch it. You know what I mean? Just loudly too. Look at that shit for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? And then he just, laughing and shit. And people looking. When we walk out the fucking theater, everybody just rushed him like that. That's the day Pac became famous. I'm telling you. Then it was just like every day, from day on, it just was just like people be, doing that kind of shit. You can like see, like DOC was on tour with us for a long time. Not for a long time, for a little while. We dropped his record, and you can see like when his video come out, the sales go. Then that week is it. Then all of a sudden he needs bodyguards, and that's how Suge come into the picture. Doc needed a bodyguard because Doc got famous overnight. That kind of shit be weird. You know what I'm saying? Cube becoming famous, Dre becoming famous, Easy, all that shit was just like a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like this last week, me and my homie, my fucking Money B, I still kick it with Money B. We just go to a fucking restaurant. He's still famous. You know what I mean? I'm like, this shit's ridiculous. Man, don't you get tired of this shit sometime? Motherfuckers want to take a picture with your ass and all that other kind of shit. Man, that shit is weird to me, man. You know what I mean? Because you don't know when they gonna want to rob your ass too. Yeah. You gotta go through all that kind of side of it too. You know, motherfuckers be stupid, especially at least I don't know about him, but that street shit that we come out of. Every fucking city we go to, somebody wanna like just fuck with us because of that. It's a fucking record. You wanna know? This is what happened. All right, I'm Rolex, as I keep telling you. I'm Rolex at 19, and I got street money like a motherfucker. Only reason the label is Rolex because I'm the only person I know with a Rolex. Mercedes and all this shit. 19, money. So. Lonzo is attracted to that fucking money. Lonzo bring me around because he think he can get some fucking money out of me. I'm not dumb. I got a producer, Dre. I meet Dre. I'm like, I know Dre. Dre cousin lived down the street from me. I've been knowing Dre. Dre used to dance at halftime at my football game. What's up, Dre? How you doing, homie? What's up, Law? Whoa. You say, you and your brother, y'all out there doing it. Yeah, whatever. So we start kicking it. Doing whatever, right? I'm peeping them. They the world class wrecking crew, Juice and JUICE, about to do cabbage patching and all this, and I'm me, just dope man. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. You know what I mean? His cousin is fucking Easy. Easy is struggling, hustling, but he hustling. In my mind, he ain't having it like me. So Dre tell E, you need to meet Law. Dre tells you this in the NWA documentary, the home DVD. Dre said the only people we knew had money at the time was Laylaw and Easy, and Law was in there so much shit we couldn't get Law to focus. Because you couldn't make me think music was gonna make what I just, I already knew about 6, 7 figures. I already knew about money. I knew about money like them motherfuckers would never know about money. I used to come to the studio and pour it out in duffel bags and tell them in the middle of the session, what y'all working for? I know how much down there. Y'all can touch it. And all this is true. All of this is true. Over there in Lonzo Little house in Compton, before he bought the big house. All this used to happen over there. He told Easy, come meet me. So me and Easy start getting down. Easy money start getting up. But I would tell Easy when I come fuck with him, meet me at the studio. I'm on my way to the studio. Just meet me there. So it became normal. Easy come to the studio. Easy started chilling at the studio. Bataram is happening. Bataram is Toddy T from Compton. Easy brought up one day casually in the conversation, I like Toddy T song. I like Bataram. I want to make a song like that, song just for Compton, just to ride around with. Cube heard the word, heard the conversation. Cube said, you serious or something? You serious? Cube went and wrote Boys in the Hood. He brought the song to Easy. Easy was not ready to be a rapper. That was just something that came out of his mouth. He was intimidated by the whole idea of the song and doing the song. He didn't want to do it. Then when he did it, he didn't like his voice on it. You right. Easy asked Cube to do the song. No, Easy asked Cube to write a song. Or whatever. The song got wrote. Easy did the song. Didn't like his voice on the motherfucker. And as it's documented, Easy would take a line or two, a word or two, would paste that shit together. If you go get the original fucking track sheets and turn over the back, you'll see marks on the motherfuckers. You'll see marks. That's easy takes. That's what Dre used to mark the motherfuckers on the back because there would be so many fucking takes. We just wanted to know at the end of the day. Oh my God, you know what I mean? It was incredible. You know what I mean? But Dre, that's why Dre is who Dre is. Dre seen it, you know. Dre had the patience to put that shit together. Dre, hats off to Dre. You know what I'm saying? That was pivotal at that point. That he gave a fuck to do that. But he also heard the song come out of Q mouth. He knew what the song could sound like. You know what I mean? So Easy do the song. Easy don't know what to do with the record. Q said he want $500. He want a Jerry curl. He want a fresh pair of kicks. He want a little bullshit dookie chain. And he want this Volkswagen that he's seen around the corner for about $700-800. That's what he want for the song. And Easy won't give him this shit. And I'm telling Easy, I'm gonna give it to him if you don't fuck around. And you know, Easy. That's when he took a little more serious about it. And then Dre went on and just put the motherfucker on the mixtape. And went to the mixtape, and people loved it from the rodeo. It went to the rodeo slowly, went to the hood. People liked it, and then cleaned it up, took it up to K-Day, and they played that motherfucker like 10 times a day, you know, every hour and shit, just ridiculous. Like, and then overnight we couldn't keep up with what was happening. We had to start having records printed up, and so that it became in the beginning, whoever want to run around with records in their trunk, you can make the money, the profit off the records. You know what I mean? So just go get the records. Just so everybody running around with a whole bunch of Easy Boys in the Hood records. So that's all we thought we had. So you know what I mean? So the next record was treated as such. Radio, get some records and put them in your truck, run around, fucking sell them. That's what we were. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden, all right, a deal happens, and you know, then we ain't gotta run around the trunk no fucking more. You know what I mean? But that's how, you know, this shit happened. It wasn't like, you know, you gonna do this, and you gonna do that, then we gonna be NWA. Then Easy became something, and once Easy became something, it's obvious Easy is becoming something. Then the NWA thing comes from that. You know what I mean? And then that conversation turns into everybody gonna have solo, you know, situations, and you know, be like a fucking motel, and everybody owned in on Ruthless, and it was happening too quick to structure it. So when they finally try to pull it back together and structure it, you couldn't. It was just too many arms to this shit. You couldn't satisfy every fucking body. You know what I mean? It's just how it happened. You know, way you couldn't satisfy Q unless you give Q, you know, 3-4 arms off the monster. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, and it was just the truth. And he deserved the 3-4 arms, but he didn't establish that in the beginning. So they just want to give him the, you know. So, and then if you give Q 3-4 arms, you got everybody, you know, so it turns into it. Then that whole situation blew apart because when we was touring well down the line, and Doc, Michelle, all this shit's happening, all happened, and we in WA, we on our own tour finally. We doing this Ride Compton tour. I have a conversation with Q, and I'm telling him, talking to him, he hear me talking to my lawyer or something. Whatever fucking reason, the word publishing came up. He looked at me like I was talking, you know, a different language or some shit. And publishing, I said, I got a publishing deal too. Because I wrote so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Michelle, I got all this, I got groups, because I sat back and I watched, because we were supposed to fucking do the NWA thing, and then everybody was going to do solo shit, and DOC, you know, thing happened, and, you know, Michelle, and we still haven't had a structure how to spin off this stuff yet. After Michelle and DOC, after DOC and Michelle, I had an offer to do a solo if I wanted to. Instead, I put Above the Law in that slot, Cocaine in that slot, because by then I'm watching Easy with JJ Fad and this and that. Easy got 50 pies going. You know what I mean? And the pies are great. Why you just want to be an artist? You gotta share your, you know what I mean? So I flipped my whole thinking, because I was already a business-minded motherfucker anyway. I already You know what I mean? So that fame and them trying to come out with an album, that shit didn't appeal to me versus I'm just gonna be a label and write and produce. So I started putting out groups. And that's how that route went. And by then I didn't, cause that's why I started off putting out a couple records on the Laylaw. But then after I see, you know, the nuts and bolts of this shit, easy making out. And it can't write, can't produce, can't rap. But he's in charge of this shit. Don't think he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So, all because he took the first chance with the first record that caught on. It's not so much he took the chance with it. It was his record. He didn't even have a name for the label when the record was made. It's not like he came in with, I'm Ruthless Records, I'm Eazy-E, the rapper. None of that shit existed. The record happened. Then the other stuff happened. You understand? You became Eazy-E because a record happened. You became Eazy-E because Cube wrote that into a record. Okay. My take on record sales today, they abysmal. And I don't understand. I understand partially because a lot of people get it free, but the same token, you're reaching 10, 20 times more people than we've ever reached, faster than we've ever reached them. Yeah. We've had to get the song to the fucking radio station. They had to fucking play the fucking song. You had to fucking like it. You had to get your fucking ass up and go to the goddamn store to get the motherfucker. Yeah. You had to give a fuck. You could barely, it's downloaded because you know what I mean? I'm surprised they don't sell more records. You could be a #1 record with 100 something thousand these days. 200. You sold 250,000 records in the first week, you guaranteed #1. That was a joke back. You know what I mean? People were selling records. Yeah. It was a lot of fucking going on, but there was a lot of records being sold back then. You know what I mean? The profit margin is better once they establish their fan base. Once you establish your fan base and identify where they are and get them, it's a different animal now. Back then, you know, I'm surprised even still labels even exist. All that 360 deal shit and all that shit. I've been through so much, but you have to realize, we was putting out records in the early 80s. This shit was making fucking 8 tracks. We had to actually check on the fucking form, are we ordering 8 tracks for this? Are you ordering cassettes or just 8 tracks? It's just, you think I'm bullshit. You had to check. It wasn't no email it to the thing and this, and then they download it. And we're up tomorrow and our artwork is in there. Oh, bullshit. Or blogging it up. You know what I mean? It's so fucking easy. You know what I mean? That's why you got, that's why I was telling him earlier. That's why you got motherfuckers like Mariah Carey, punk ass on American Idol, and Jennifer Lopez. They're trying to salvage the old days and merge them to the now and just try to keep that fucking tour money. They don't want to let that tour money go. Yeah. That's why we talked about doing the opening show for the block. We discussed E40. I like an artist like that who was around back then, right? Who was still, you know, relevant, independent, and still doing his thing and on the radio and moving, you know, a decent amount of numbers for today's. You know what I mean? Because it's hard, Too Short, you know, Snoop to still. You know what I mean? Bridge that. It's hard in hip hop. Yeah. It's hard in hip hop. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's still being discovered. It's still being written. The rules are still being. There's no fucking rules really to the shit. You do every fucking thing everybody else is doing. You just hope you're doing it fucking right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You hope your fans find you on fucking whatever. You know what I mean? My interaction and cross with Dog Pound. Is like, I'm Law House got Bubba Law, Cocaine, Miss Kilo, and my other little groups, whatever. Dre used to come to the studio, and Dre and Warren used to bump heads a little bit. So Dre would leave Warren ass at the studio. Sometimes whenever they argue or something, he'd just leave his ass at the studio. So we would take Warren home with us. Warren came home, or I would drop him. Either I would drop him off in Long Beach, which I fucking hate to do, or he'd come home with us. So one of these times, he played some music for me, and it was 213. I told him, yeah, that shit's cool, man. You know, dude singing, he all right. It was Nate, you know, he cool, he all right. And dude rapping, I like dude. I like the rapper cat. You should bring him by one time. We just was a conversation. He brought Snoop over to the studio on La Cienega. Centinela, where we was, because we found our own spot, because NWA was in Torrance and the studio was getting crowded, so we found our own spot over in Inglewood. And he brought Snoop over. Snoop hung out all day, watched us get down, and then we did a song on Snoop. The song was called "A Day in the Life," and by the end of the day, he was kind of trying to sound like 187 a little, you know, but it shit sound good. They left from our studio, went to Dre's house. Dre was having a bachelor party for L.A. Dre. He played the song at L.A. Dre's bachelor party. Snoop played the song. Dre heard the song. Called me next day. What you gonna do with this Snoop cat? I don't even know who you talking. Oh, dude, that was there. I don't even know him. You know, we still ain't finished cocaine. I'm fuck with Snoop. All right. That's my stuff with Dre and Snoop. I've done some stuff solo with Corrupt. You know, some songs with Corrupt. But I never produced a Dog Pound. I'm cool with them because I used to talk on all the NWA records, DOC records. That's me on all our last songs and shit. You know, want to look like, want to sound like, want to act like, sound. You know, all the NWA shit. That's me talking. Cocaine. I didn't even drop on Brother Law shit. I just talked on they shit. Cocaine got me out. Where's fucking tequila? Motherfucker, I rapped on fucking Cocaine record. I don't believe I did that shit. Still to this day, I've been listening to it like, oh, this motherfucker got me to rap on that record, man. No, you ain't getting me to do none of that kind of shit. That ain't happening, Playboy. Nah. I don't think I can. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? You know. But I'll do a fucking song before I just bust some fucking freestyle or some shit.
Cool.
I gotta be drunk and then drunk, homie. When I started doing music, even though I was able to have a label immediately and all that kind of shit because of the hustle, I started doing music because I fucking love doing music. It wasn't no hip-hop industry. It wasn't no business. I just looked on the back of somebody's record and said, oh, these motherfuckers distributing their shit from Macola. I went down to Macola. I said, what I gotta bring down here, what I gotta do to have the same shit that they got? He told me what to do, that's what I did. You know what I mean? It's not hard. At 19, it's what I wanted. You know what I mean? But it wasn't no like, it wasn't no gold records in hip hop. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? That shit wasn't, you know, happening. That shit wasn't, you know what I mean? It was like little ribbles, you know what I mean? I got into this, and I didn't come in like no straight fucking like hip hop artist. I came in music. You know what I'm saying? My first, you know, even though I'm part of Brother Law and NWA and Easy, all that shit, my contributions from me was so minute, at least in my mind, compared to how much I wrote for Michelle A. and how much I, you know, produced this whole one and that one, that I feel like it didn't blow up in my mind until Michelle A. stuff. You know, when that stuff came out, it was, you know, 5 singles off a triple platinum debut album. You know, 5 of them singles went multi-platinum. You know, that's some Alicia Keys, Gaga shit right there. That's some unheard of shit. You know what I mean? But you know, at that same time, Janet Jackson and En Vogue, she was fighting them too, and the stigma coming from us. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, you know what I mean? They still wasn't respecting nothing Drake did, or we did, or Ruthless. You know, it was like, yeah, it'd blow over type shit. And shit didn't blow over. You know what I'm saying? But
What about Ice-T?
Ice, I've done songs with Ice. I've worked with everybody, man. Ice, Far Side, Yo-Yo, Rascas, Zibbit, shit, KD, so many more, E40, Flow Rider. I can't think, but I like Ice so much. When we was doing what we were doing, we were listening to Ice-T. So to say that Ice-T didn't have a influence between Ice-T and Public Enemy, you know what what I mean? And various, people at that time that was doing it at the same time as us. You feed on what they're doing. But Ice-T, prior to, to what we were doing, Ice had already kind of like cracked the door to it, and opened up that door towards a particular style of genre of music. When NWA came, it just blew the fucking door down and took all the, rules out, But plus, Ice had a different niche. Ice was Ice was more like, really, if you look at NWA and Above the Law, Ice was a hustler. You know what I'm saying? He was from the streets and gang culture and all that shit, but Ice, he had a hustler mentality. NWA was kind of like a gang mentality. That's why when I had a chance to finally put out a group, I went back to what what my roots is. I was used to getting money. I put out Above the Law. Above the Law first album is called Living Like a Hustler. We didn't because I've already seen, the NWA whole thing. Every fucking show we go to when we on tour, every show you pull up in a fucking city, protesters and shit. You gotta go on the air and talk to motherfuckers, and the show ain't canceled. And you know what I mean? Well, these motherfuckers today have no idea what we had to go through for them to say the stupid shit that they say on the radio these days. Chop our fucking records up and spin them over and re-rap them and say stupid shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You laughing and doing the song. You're like, I don't believe we got to say this. Now these motherfuckers are just running around this motherfucker with, but they were just ridiculous. But I didn't want that for Above the Law. I didn't want that for me. It was just you being. So let's, for example, you might be in fucking Dallas, doing a show in Dallas that night, but you just did Dallas radio, and the Houston show is falling apart, so you got to jump on a plane and fly to Houston, do radio in Houston real quick, and fly back to Dallas, do the fucking show, and go to Houston, and that shit's ridiculous, you know what I mean? That shit turned into and then all the protests, and so that's why I'm trying to go a different route with that. But I have a unique slant in the way that I look at the industry, from working with all these people so many years. I don't see them as the average fan do. They my fucking peers. They my peers. Simple as that. So for me to sit down and play Madden in a tour bus with your icon people, whoever, and have a conversation and then know stuff about him that he really don't want to conversate about. Experiences that we've done that I'll make him cut the camera off, you know what I mean? That type of shit. I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring you access that you can't get. I can bring you to ride over to the fucking venue on the way to the big show. You know what I mean? Fuck, backstage. We can go. We can go there. It's like this shit is. I want you to see it. I've always felt like I've always been in the industry with one foot on the outside, because we would fly into these towns, and I know we NWA. We here to do a fucking show, and none of them could walk around, none of them could go to the mall, none of that shit. But I could go any fucking where, and I would really know what people was thinking about people, or you know what I mean. I would have to tell you who the fuck I'm here, what I'm doing. You know what I mean? If I didn't get that to you, so I've always felt like I've been on the inside looking out, on the outside looking in. I've always had a unique, perspective with this shit, Cause I've tripped on it my whole life. I would, be in the crowd just chilling, and then just go backstage and and then come back and still can mingle. I love that shit. I used to love that. I guess it's like having a fucking street kind of mentality, a dope dealing mentality, don't want too many people knowing too much shit. Don't want to talk about too much. I've always liked the behind the scenes shit. That and figuring out I didn't have to rap or sing or no shit. I could get paid off records, and I love that shit. I was like, I'm cool with this. My favorite individual in the music industry is Slim, Baby's brother, who's really running Cash Money. Slim, you don't know how Slim look, huh? But you know who Baby is. You know how Baby look. Rolling with your daddy. You know how Baby look. You know how his brother look. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a fan of 40. I like 40, so I'm gonna do 40 and Too Short because they did a little record together, and it's gonna be the block is gonna be like at least the first half of it because we're trying to figure if we're gonna do the live part of it. It's gonna have interjections of live setup pieces with a few tape pieces in the beginning, and then it's gonna tailor off into a live show interacting with the internet and the viewers, Skype and all that kind of shit. And I'm gonna have guests in the studio and tailor it into a live performance. But the first part of it is gonna set up what happens in the second half. So if I have a E40 and a Too Short, I'll have a couple of taped interviews. I'll go to 40s. I'll go to 40 House. We'll kick it, and we'll just let it marinate. Let it fucking do what it do. I'll let it just lay it all out because he know I know everything. You know what I mean? So we have a good conversation, and I like that 40 is did so much, and then his relevance today has a lot to do with his son. People don't know that his son Droop is producing all the 40 stuff now. You know what I'm saying? That's and he's on Droop's label. You know what I mean? So that kind of shit, just give you that. You know what I mean? And then I'll tailor that until we'll leave from there and we'll go find Short ass. Some know Short's gonna be somewhere doing something crazy. You know what I mean? We're gonna kick it with Short. 40 might have a little civil situation and more. Short gonna have be a little more wild. We can chase for Short down. I can give you a Too Short story. We on tour with Too Short. We keep getting these letters from the fucking police every night. If you perform this song or that song, they're gonna arrest you. You can't do fuck the police. He can't do this. You know what I mean? So it keep wrapping up. We still doing the songs, but finally these police, we in some fucking place. Fucking police come backstage and they tell everybody, we here to arrest y'all. We saw what you did last night. You know, we're not bullshit. We're gonna arrest you tonight. So Short told Easy, I'm not getting arrested. I don't want to do this shit. Easy talked Too Short and fucking go on stage and I don't bail you out. You know. Easy talking him into doing it. Too Short go on stage. He get arrested and bail out. We go on stage. They don't arrest us. They just arrest Too Short that night. So Too Short, he get out. He cool, but he get a lot of publicity behind the shit. So whatever. He ain't tripping on it. It was just it's like some little bullshit. They still not used to where rap is going and freedom of speech and where it's heading down. So they trying to flex their little shit. And but that little thing kind of like broke the ice with Short. And ever since then, like Short crew and our crew kind of like merged for the rest of that tour. So we was just chilling the whole tour and everything. By the time we get to Oakland, Too Short roll out the red carpet for us. Real talk. It's a whole bunch of us on tour, right? We go to Too Short spot, and we walk out to the backyard. So all y'all pick out a car. Got a whole bunch of cars back there. All these different cars, old school, this, that, nice cars. Everybody just picked out a car. And we went riding some fucking where in Oakland. We don't know where the fuck we at. We ain't from Oakland. You know what I mean? We ride this shit. We end up somewhere. We kicking this shit. And we come back. As we heading back, one of the cats wrecked his car in the town. Just crashed the motherfucker. He just get out of it and just leave it. And we just keep going. That's my Too Short story. Let you know. Too Short called I like these motherfuckers in Oakland, something else, man. He just left it. Fuck it. Just jumped in the car with somebody else. He just left it in the tunnel. You know what I mean? It was a Beamer or something nice, like, you know what I mean? I was like, these motherfuckers. I'm not trying to cater to fucking teens. If they follow it, if they have an interest in hip hop and the origin of this shit, and get like we're gonna have a nuts and bolts segments. I'm gonna pull the curtain down. I'm gonna let you really see what the fuck happened. Have you all in awe of this shit? I mean, them days over. You know what I mean? If I was a musician, I'd show you all the fucking tricks. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you that. We're gonna have conversations about different forms of presentation of music, all the different platforms where people getting their music out. will offer that, so that these new artists, if you're a fan of industry, like how I don't think just a Led Zeppelin fan watches a Led Zeppelin behind the music. I think a person that loves music will watch Led Zeppelin's story and be like, oh, all right, and never heard a fucking Led Zeppelin song, but they can get something from that or the Ozzy Osbourne story or whatever, and that's how you get the younger motherfuckers. Just show them, you know, fuck, you didn't even know all this. You know what I mean? It's just not, you know, a fucking reality show. Ozzy's just on a reality show. He's all of this. You know what I mean? That part of it. I'm not catering to him. I'm not talking down to him. I'm not, you know, but today everything is like that. Sometimes you gotta, you know, let motherfuckers see, you know, a little bit of everything. Let people just see all sides of it, basically. If I'm telling you I'm gonna show the nuts and bolts of the industry, I'll show you how the fuck we put this shit together. It'll be a camera over here showing this shit. So, like how that show Catfish, like even though it's simple, they show you the makeup of it. Like this is, we finna go out here to 40, man. You know, we go over here, see my dude, you know, I'll talk to the audience. I'll bring you into what we're about to do. You know what I'm saying? Last time I saw him, he at my house was making hurricanes, and, you know, real talk. I just tell him the truth. You know, this and this. Me and Beeler go back, and, you know, could catch this flight or get in this car. So I'll bring you along the trip. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a small setup package, and then we're into the story with him. It's not going to be, and after this message, you know, my interview with E40, it'll be none of that kind of shit. You know what I mean? None of that. None of it. It's going to be casual as fuck. It's going to be. If you my boy, you might just come with me. Just don't embarrass me. Come on, man. Don't say nothing stupid. You know what I mean? It's my people. You know what I mean? Just come on. Don't ask for no beats. Don't ask for no rap on shit. Don't ask for no money. Don't play nothing. You know what I mean? Come on, let's roll. That's how I'm going to talk to the audience. You know what I mean? Y'all, just roll with me. Just roll with me. That's it. You're rolling with your daddy. Come on, roll with me. And it's simple. We're going to do some things. You know what I mean? And I can't cater. It wouldn't work. I can't Ryan Seacrest. I can't do Big Boy. You know, I ain't got no, you know, shit. You either like it or run. Because he better run. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. It's a particular taste. You know what I mean? So, I don't expect them little, I don't know what you call them, new cats. I don't really know what to call them. Like my little nephews. I expect my nephews to, I like it, it's cool. You know what I mean? But you know, that's what I expect, you know. But I expect a more mature audience for this. And some kids, you know, whatever. But how can I try to give, you know, that's not the intent here with me.